Okay. All right. How are we doing? Oh, this is beautiful. All right, beautiful. Thank you, Janet. Beautiful.
Good morning. Would you please join us in singing the opening music, number 1063 in the Teal Hymnal, Winter Solstice Chant. Please rise as you are able and willing.
Oh, it is the same.
That one sounded pretty good.
Very good. Thank you, Janet Morrill. Beautiful. Yeah, gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Laura Anderson and happy to serve as worship associate for this service of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County. My pronouns are she, her. I am a cisgender, short, curvy woman with silver hair. I have purple glasses, and today I'm wearing black pants, a black shirt, and a tan and silver purple shawl. You'll notice that I'm not Lori Douglas. Lori has prepared this service for us this morning with Reverend Silver and worked very hard But this morning she prefers not to be the worship associate for reasons that might be clear. Thank you, Lori. We begin our service each week by singing an invitation to gather together, whether our sacred space be virtual or live. This service is being broadcast live on YouTube and will be available as a recording on the UUFCC YouTube channel after the service. Thank you to the many people who support worship in many, many ways. This morning we welcome Reverend Elaine, who is a seasoned performer, songwriter, touring musician, and recording artist. She is also a trans-denominational minister with many years of combining her beautiful voice, spiritual principles, and universal law to present healing concerts, music-inspired Sunday services, workshops, and celebrations. Elaine has had the honor of working in conjunction with many world-renowned spiritual leaders, teachers, and authors, including Deepak Chopra, Neil Donald Walsh, Don Miguel Ruiz, Barbara G. Walker, Brene Brown, Marianne Williamson, Alan Cohen, and Wayne Dyer. We also welcome all of you this morning and hope that you find this service meaningful. We are a fellowship of lay-led folks from different backgrounds and are committed to supporting each other in our spiritual journeys. If you are new and if you are comfortable doing so, we would like to welcome you. Would you raise your hand and I'll bring the microphone around so you can tell us your name and where you're from?
Hi, I'm from Illinois, Naperville, Illinois, and I think I came years ago. I've always had things to do because I have a condo. Just got done remodeling after 5 years, and I got hit by the hurricane. I'm sure a lot of you have been through that, but I was too depressed to come and visit it because it was just such bad shape. So I'm finally here to do my floor and walls someday, and etc. But I'm so glad to have a UU out of my state because I go to the Naperville one. Thanks.
Welcome. Welcome.
I'm Linda Underwood. I'm a member of UCOV, the Unitarian Church of Venice, and we're here because of the music this morning.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello, I'm Kim McHugh, and Linda and I came here to see Reverend Perry Elaine and enjoy meeting our sister church so close by.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Anybody else? Thank you. We will open the sacred space this morning by lighting our chalice. Betty, would you light the chalice for us this morning? While Betty lights the chalice, please join me in reading our affirmation as printed in the order of service. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our aspiration, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another. Thank you, Betty. To support the building of community and trust, we offer several ways to share life milestones. We have a ritual where you can come forward and drop a stone in the water, and we have the Book of Life. We have a long tradition at UUFCC of sharing our joys and sorrows and life milestones by entering them into the Red Book. Nancy, would you bring the Red Book for me? The book resides in the back of the sanctuary, and it is there during the week until somebody brings it up. And If you are not here and you would like to email, then the worship associate will read your messages as well. So this morning, I have 2 that were sent in. Janet writes, I noticed problems with my new roof shortly after it was installed 3 months ago. I hoped I was mistaken, since my husband and I are dealing with the reconstruction of our entire home. The roof problem was put on the back burner. It wasn't until my contractor questioned me about potential issues with the roof he noticed, as I did, from the ground level. I hired a roof inspector who confirmed my fears. The entire roof has to be torn off and replaced, again, due to the manufacturer's defective shingles, improper workmanship. While everything is covered under warranty, the roofing company is not, of course, responding to my emails. I also have a joy that I would like to share, and I was able to spend the past week with my 7-month-old grandson, Nolan Cliff, and his parents and his grandparents who were visiting from China. You are now invited to come forward to drop a stone in the bowl. You may do so in silence, or you may briefly share aloud your joy or concern. The water represents our community, and we add stones that reflect a joy or a sorrow so we can feel the support of this community.
It's for you and you. I can't believe you're here. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Please keep Laura in your thoughts and prayers. On Tuesday, she's having surgery on her shoulder. She broke it in 3 different places, and the pain pills she's on are not holding her. So please keep her in your thoughts. And I have one more. These thoughts and prayers are for all the caregivers in the world. I've never realized how difficult it is to be a caregiver for someone that you love. It's emotional, physical, mental, and it's draining. And I love her so much. Thank you.
Okay, it's time for another house update that's not Janet's. So, some of you may know I bought a mobile home in Venice. It now has floor and plumbing. So now all we gotta do is rip out the walls. Oh, got one more. And I just found out that my sister's boyfriend proposed to her last night. It was their 1-year anniversary.
First thing is I'm really excited. I can't remember the speaker's name, but I loved Wayne Dyer and Deepak Chopra, and so it's so wonderful to hear you and listen to you. I guess you sing and speak. The second thing is, I don't know if people know, but my church is kind of organizing with, out east, national, whatever, to be a trans network, underground trans network in Naperville. Wow. And so we had a huge meeting, and some people are going to offer a temporary home for people to stay in, I'm a therapist, so I, have offered to do support, but, we're targeting Florida and Texas, that people that are being harassed, which, it's everywhere, but especially Texas and Florida. So I get goosebumps when I think of this after watching the special on Netflix about trans and what people go through in every industry. And it was eye-opening to me because I didn't really know as much as this show. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it's an excellent show on Netflix. So hopefully people know about that. And I'm sure there's lots of places closer, but it doesn't seem like there are that many. So definitely know that the Naperville Unitarian, it's called DuPage UU Church, is a possibility for sending people for housing and resources and support. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm putting a big stone in there because I have a joy just with the meetings I go to with PFLAG and about the book banning. I meet a lot of wonderful people, but I am just struck by all of you. And just knowing some of the folks who give from their heart with action and their heart and social justice, it is overwhelming in such a good way. It gives me strength. Thank you.
Well, I have a joy and I don't know if I would call it a sorrow, but a hope. I'll start with my hope. My son has a lot of challenges. He's 11 and a half years old, and behavior challenges. And there's an opportunity that has come up that we might be able to get him some extra help that we haven't been able to do in home. So we're hoping with the new year that will come about. And my joy, actually, as somebody who considers himself part of the trans community, thank you on behalf of me and my brothers and sisters and theysters. Thank you. I will let those I know of know. So.
Good morning. I have petitions for the abortion issue to get it on the ballot, to make it into a constitutional amendment. I know most of you here have probably signed it, but if any of you haven't, I have the technology for you to sign, and I'll be bringing those to somebody in Sarasota who's getting them to the proper channel. So just wanted you to know.
And this last stone, there's for those joys and the sorrows that are tender in our hearts, too tender maybe to share today. And now I'm turning the mic over to Reverend Elaine.
We're going to be doing some ritual this morning and some music. And so I wanted to get to do as many songs as possible. So the little rituals that I always do are very short today. So I'll invite you to stand. And we're going to stand for 3 rituals, I think. Yes. Yeah, 3 rituals we're going to stand for. So this first one, I know we did already create sacred space, but as a circle, and we're kind of a circle. I mean, I tried. I tried to get it to be a circle, but it's pretty much of a circle, so I'm good with it. So I'd like you to just take the person's hand next to you, and it's left hand up and right hand down. Left hand up, right hand down. So if it were left up to me, I'd write it down. Okay, left hand up, thumbs to the left. Yeah, grab somebody's hand. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready? So just repeat after me. Winter solstice at last, our circle is cast. Winter solstice at last, our circle is cast. Okay, and we can drop hands. So that's, it was a sacred space already, then we created sacred space. Now we just did it again. So we have, you know how things come in threes, right? So there's a calling of the directions, and a lot of times I'll play a whole song and it takes 5 minutes, but this will just take maybe a minute. And which way is east? I think it's that way. Is that way east? That way. Okay, so we're going to go like this. East, south, west, and north. Okay, so you can change hands. East, south, west, and north. 4 directions calling forth. 4 directions calling forth. Add 3 more. Add 3 more. We now have 7. We now have 7. Below, above, within to heaven. Below, above, within to heaven. So we're just going to try the whole thing. All ready? I'll lead you through it. Here we go. East, south, west, and north. 4 directions calling forth. Add 3 more. We now have 7. Below, above, within to heaven. Okay, good, very good. So in the rituals that I do, we cast a circle, we call in the directions, and there's always some kind of a sacred blessing where each person gives a blessing and gets a blessing. Like we have our own direct connection to source. We don't have to go to a man priest to be blessed. We do it for ourselves. So this is going to be a self-blessing, and I learned this from Barbara Walker. Are people here familiar? I know some of you are, and she's still alive. She lives in Sarasota. And she told me this is where the sign of the cross came from, like the Christians stole this from us, right? So it starts at the forehead, and so you're going to say I, whatever your name is. You say I, and then you go to your right breast, your name. Okay? Left shoulder, bless myself. Right shoulder. And those who've come. Left breast. Before me. Forehead. Blessed be. So let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, 1, ready, go. I, Fairy Elaine, bless myself and those who've come before me. Blessed be. And that's it. So we did 3 rituals in about 2 minutes. So if we can all be seated. And this first song I'm going to be, it's not a song, well, it is a song, but I'm going to read it as a poem. This was written by my friend, she goes by Mother Bear, Marilyn Scott, and she's a wise woman and a priestess that I know from Albion, which is right near Mendocino, California. So, Mother Bear. So it goes like this. We are tinder, we are spark, singing songs of light and dark. We find a true and loving heart. All is one and each is part. We are tinder, we are spark, singing songs of light and dark. We find a true and loving heart. All is one and each is part. The sun is born of deepest dark. We are tinder, we are spark. We know the self when night is deep, awakened out of dream-held sleep. Finding magic everywhere, in between and here and there. The shortest day, the longest night, brings us back into the light. Solstice for the winter time. Vernal light for spring is fine. Summer circles round again to autumn, then it's dark again. We are tinder, we are spark, singing songs of light and dark. We find a true and loving heart. All is one and each is part. Say that part with me. All is one and each is part. All right. Thank you, Mother Bear. And this is a song, it says copyright 1998, so that's how long ago I wrote this. And it explains, for those of you that are unfamiliar with solstice, I'm sure everybody here isn't. You all know about it. But, it's a returning of the light. It's also known as the rebirth of the sun, S-U-N, or S-O-N, and that's why the church picked this time. And there are about 29 different holidays between November 1st and January 15th that are revolve around the light. So this really is a time of light and promise, and how the dark days are going to be getting longer. And how, we think, oh, it's dark, it's nothing's happening. Well, think about when you plant a seed and it's in the dark, and things are happening inside that darkness. And even with a baby, there's that baby's in the dark growing. Solstice magic. We return now to the light on this deep and longest night. The darkness soon is done. I am free when I'm in flight, soaring in the shining light of the rebirth of the sun. Now here's your part. I'll teach it to you. Solstice magic, delivering these winter days. We cast a circle and celebrate the ancient ways. So it's solstice magic, delivering these winter days. We cast a circle and celebrate the ancient ways. Here we go, solstice magic. Solstice magic, delivering these winter days. We cast a circle. We cast a circle and celebrate the ancient ways. Darkness holds the seed for creation to succeed as the cycle turns the wheel. For new growth to be reborn, it must weather calm and storm. Then the garden is revealed. Are we ready? Solstice magic? Solstice magic, delivering these winter days. We cast a circle and celebrate the ancient ways. And again, solstice magic. Solstice magic, delivering these winter days. We cast a circle and celebrate the ancient ways. And celebrate the ancient ways. And celebrate the ancient ways. And it's a concert, so you can clap. It's okay, you can applaud. Yay! And so this song is one that I'm just going to do it a cappella, and it's called Red and Green. And this talks about why we celebrate in red and green. And I'm just going to explain it to you through the music. And the chorus goes like this. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Let's try that part. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Now here's the second part. Red and green together be seen in this time of faith or fear. Red and green together be seen in this time of faith or fear. So a long time ago, a lot of the people were very afraid because they didn't really know if it would ever get light again. And so it was really a time of dread and fear. But You know, fear is faith in what you don't want. So I changed it to faith or fear because I like to think positively. Let's try that chorus again. Here we go. Red and green together be seen in this dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in this time of faith and fear. Green for the thorn of the holly leaf that shines in the candlelight, that holds the hope of evergreen and glimmers in the night. Here we go. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in this time of faith and fear. Red for the berry round and full, a drop of blood on snow that shows us our humanity, the fruit from which we grow. Here we go. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in this time of faith and fear. These rocky fields of black and white, demanding endless toil. The misty sun gives a tired light to raise the sleeping soil. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in this time of faith or fear. And so it is. All right. Yay! All right. On this longest night. So this one says copyright 2006. That's when I wrote it. And for the UU in Sarasota, I've helped them with lots of wintertime events. So it goes like this. On this longest night, honoring now our inner light. On this longest night, Spirit is shining bright. So it's on this longest night, honoring now our inner light. On this longest night, Spirit is shining bright. On this longest night, honoring now our inner light. On this longest night, Spirit is shining bright. We're going to do it 2 more times. Here we go. On this longest night, honoring now our inner light. On this longest night, Spirit is shining bright. Can we do it 1 more time? On this longest night, honoring now our inner light. On this longest night, Spirit is shining bright. The sun returns, the fire burns, days are lengthening. The wheel has turned, new lessons learned, hearts are opening. On this longest night, honoring now our inner light. On this longest night, Spirit is shining bright. Spirit is shining bright. Spirit is shining bright. Spirit is shining bright. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. I call on the light. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. Call on the light. I call on the light within. Come on, let me hear you. I call on the light within. I call on, come on, choir. I call on the light, call on the light, I call on the light within. And again, I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light, call on the light, I call on the light within. Do you know it yet? I call on the light within. Let me hear you. Come on. I call on the light, call on the light, I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light, call on the light, I call on the light within. All right. Give yourself in. We got a shy crowd here. Okay. Wow. So I have one more song, and then we're going to share the talking, chiming heart. But this one, this was written by Dar Williams back in the 90s, and it's called The Christians and the Pagans. I forget her name back there. I told her, she goes, oh, we're going to like fight against each other. I'm like, no, it's a song. And it's about finding peace and harmony. So it goes like this. Not too fast. It's got a lot of words. This is called runaway lyrics for any songwriters here. I don't write songs like this, but it's a powerful song. Amber called her uncle, said we're up here for the holiday. Jane and I were having solstice, now we need a place to stay. And her Christ-loving uncle watched his wife hang Mary on a tree. He watched his son hang candy canes, all made with red dye number 3. He told his niece, it's Christmas Eve, I know our life is not your style. And she said, Christmas is like solstice, and we miss you, and it's been a while. Now here's the chorus, it's just 2 lines. I know you can do it. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground, the best that they were able. How many people already know this? Some of you already know it. The Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground, the best that they were able. Yes, it is a little cold in here, isn't it? Yeah. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith in common ground, the best that they were able. And just before the meal was served, hands were held and prayers were said, sending hope for peace on earth to all our gods and goddesses. So they're having dinner. We're all getting along. Pass the cranberry sauce, please. The food was great, the tree plugged in, the meal had gone without a hitch, till Timmy turned to Amber and said, is it true that you're a witch? His mom jumped up and said, the pies are burning. And she hit the kitchen. It was Jane who spoke. She said, it's true, your cousin's not a Christian. This part made me cry. But we love trees, we love the snow, the friends we have, the world we share. And you find magic from your God, and we find magic everywhere. You ready for that chorus? So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith in common ground, the best that they were able. And where does magic come from? I think magic's in the learning. 'Cause now when Christians sit with pagans, only pumpkin pies are burning. Next phase of the party. When Amber tried to do the dishes, her aunt said, really, no, don't bother. Amber's uncle saw how Amber looked like Tim and like her father. He thought about his brother, how they hadn't spoken in a year. He thought he'd call him up and say, it's Christmas and your daughter's here. He thought of fathers, sons, and brothers, saw his own son tug his sleeve, saying, can I be a pagan? Dad said, we'll discuss it when they leave. Here we go. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith in common ground, the best that they were able. Lighting trees in darkness, learning new ways from the old, and making sense of history, and drawing warmth out of the cold. Let's do the chorus one more time. Big voices, come on everybody. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith in common ground, the best that they were able. So, now we have another ritual called the talking stick, or the speaking stone. And yeah, I learned these at the Unitarian Fellowship in Morristown, New Jersey, where I met Barbara Walker. She was a member there. And she was our historian, and she gave us these rituals to share and bring out. And so I share them with all genders. Fine. And so what we're going to do is pass around. This is so cool. Don't you see this? This reminds me, this is when somebody's at my doorbell, my phone does this. There's someone at your front door. But I love it. It's a little heart. So we're going to each have a chance to share a word or a phrase, just real quick, as fast as you can, of something that you'd like to see for yourself or for the world or even for someone else. But just a word of hope and love and peace and joy and prosperity and possibility and all that good stuff. So I'm going to hand it to Laura. You can start. Peace in my heart.
Memories of Republicans and Democrats at my Thanksgiving table when I was a child, getting up and taking the turkey. Let it be peaceful now.
Yeah, I'd like to see peace in the Middle East and peace everywhere in the world.
Secular strength.
In every human category, the individuals are persons.
Peace and joy.
Peace and care for everyone. Friends and friendship.
I'm almost through with my Christmas shopping.
Peace and decency in Gaza. That I may forgive those who might have hurt me.
Peace and hope for a brighter future.
Being non-critical.
Beautiful.
For Mother Nature, she deserves.
I am here, being present. Thank you.
Gratitude gratitude to all.
Coexistence. I'm grateful to be here.
Giving up being in charge of how it ought to be.
Good one.
To be humble.
And it made me healthy. That you may ask the universe for what you want, and you will receive it. I'll pass.
That we can eventually not have to go to war.
Inner pacification for all.
Make my little light shine brighter. Speak for everyone.
There's some over here.
Justice to people of all color, all races, and justice to all genders.
Honoring coexistence and independence.
Peace and harmony to family and friends.
I hate to say it again, but wouldn't peace be nice?
Peace and love to all those that are suffering.
Joy for this occasion.
Curiosity.
Peace in Gaza.
Kindness.
Pursue the alternatives to fighting and killing.
May we treat others like we want to be treated.
Golden rule.
Respect and acceptance of all people. Gratitude.
The transformative power of creation, making, and sharing.
Breaking down barriers and spreading love.
Peace, love, and justice to all living creatures.
I ask of God for a favor.
May our political parties find common ground, protect our way of life.
Peace everywhere.
Health and healing.
I'm with that, health and healing. Kindness.
Peace on earth, goodwill toward men.
Less complaining. Those are less complaining.
What everyone else said, and also unity.
Yeah.
Heal our planet.
My word is oneness, and I want to just do a little prayer for everybody here and everybody on the planet, because there is only one presence, one power, and everything that exists in the universe, in the seen and the unseen worlds, and the places in between is made of this substance. this energy, this light, this source, this force. It's all there is. This is recognition of source being everything. And because source is everything, seen and unseen and spaces in between, each one here and each one on this planet and probably in the entire universe is made of that substance. So if we have a desire, which means of the sire, of the whatever that light energy is called, the God, goddess of your understanding, if we have a desire and we have clarity and we don't have a lot of resistance to it, it comes. It comes. A way to manifest is to be clear and non-resistant. So I'm seeing clarity and non-resistance among our group here and anybody else that wants to be part of the group. Fear, not fear, no fear. Faith in clarity and non-resistance. And I am very, 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 very grateful to know this truth. This is a spiritual truth that our thoughts are creative, and what we put in our thoughts become things. And so I release this prayer now to the source of all, to the law that makes it so, that brings it from the unseen into the manifested, knowing this is done as I release my word. And so it is. Blessed be. If we could take hands again, left hand up, right hand down. We're going to open the circle with some closing words, and then a song, and then we're going to continue the service, but the circle is being closed. Okay, repeat after me. By the earth that is her body, by the air that is her breath, by the fire that is her bright spirit, by the living waters of her womb. May the peace of the goddess go in our hearts. The circle is open but unbroken. Merry meet and merry part. And merry meet again. Blessed be. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Laura. She's going to take care of our finances. Very important.
Thank you very much. And thank you all for participating and singing. Now, Reverend Elaine and I didn't discuss this, and I don't know if Lori did or not, but The Pagan and the Christians is my favorite holiday song. And I have requested that song be sung probably for 3 years. So, and I finally got it. Yeah, yeah. Grateful for the bounty of love, caring, inspiration, and friendship we have received here. We offer our financial gifts so this legacy may be sustained for future generations. We will now receive the offering. Thank you for these gifts. We promise to use them wisely. The life of this community is rich, and there are many activities going on. Lots of them are in the order of service, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but I did want to mention that next week, Christmas Eve is Sunday. At 10:30, the UUFCC musicians, thank you, Janet, will be hosting an informal gathering for singing Christmas song requests and fellowship. Christmas Eve, we will have a service at 5:30. Please join us for peace and joy, music and poetry, and then plan on staying for light refreshments. Betty, would you help us by extinguishing the chalice?
Well, we're
And-
going to do Silent Night. So
Oh, we'll do that after we do the chalice, is that all right? Or do you want to do the song first?
I don't care. You're the boss.
Oh, I mixed it up. Okay, hold that thought, Betty.
Yeah. So what do you think, Lori? Okay. So somehow I thought we were all going to have the lyrics to this because it's Silent Night, but it's called Silent Night, Solstice Night. So I'll just do it one line at a time, and we'll do it in a call and response. Silent night, solstice night. Now you. Silent night, solstice night. In the calm, all is bright. In the calm, all is bright. Nature slumbers in forest and glen. Nature slumbers in forest and glen. Till the springtime she wakens again. Till the springtime she wakens again. Sleeping spirit, grow strong. Sleeping spirits, grow strong. Sleeping spirits, grow strong. Sleeping spirits, grow strong. We'll have one more verse. Silent night, solstice night, silver moon, shining bright. Silent night, solstice night, silver moon, shining bright. Snowfall blankets the slumbering earth. Snowfall blankets the slumbering earth. Yule fires welcome the sun's rebirth. Yule fires welcome the sun's rebirth. Hark, the light is reborn. 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 Thanks, everybody.
I know this isn't the time for announcements, but I should make a pitch for being a worship associate because you get to sit here and you can see the words. Okay, Betty, would you please assist us by extinguishing the chalice? And the words to extinguish the chalice are in the order of service. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of hope, the fire of commitment, or the warmth of community. May those ideals shine in our lives and warm our hearts until we are together again. Go now in peace. Thank you. Thank you. Peace be with you.